Hi everybody, our RV adventures continue in 2024. In this video, we are going to show you putting our trailer in storage in December in Arizona and then picking up a few days before the Super Bowl.
We are Kyle and Nicole, avid travelers from Michigan. In 2021, Kyle quit his job and we have been traveling across North America in our travel trailer while I continue to work full-time from the road. We love to create content showing amazing destinations, things to do, free camping spots, and RV life. We hope you will like, subscribe, and comment on our videos and join us for these fantastic adventures. You never know where we will pop up next.
So you might be wondering, why did we put the camper in storage instead of just taking it home? And there's a lot of reasons. One, it's 4,200 miles round trip for us to take the camper from where we were in Arizona to our house and back. So that's a lot of excess miles on the truck, a lot of gas. The truck gets twice the mileage when there's no camper behind it. So these are all reasons why we decided to leave it in storage. We did the math and we decided we could save a decent amount of money by leaving the camper behind. So when we got to the campground in Arizona, I went to the store, picked up a couple storage totes to help get our stuff home. It was a real pain to stage everything in the camper. The camper is so small, there's no room to put the stuff out. So we're literally just falling over the stuff as I'm trying to load it in the truck. So that was a big giant hassle for us.
Here's our fridge. Currently, we have been doing very well for the last few weeks preparing to not have a whole fridge full of stuff. I mean, getting rid of ridiculous condiments. Like 2 whole rows of condiments are basically gone. Isn't that amazing?
Once we loaded everything into the truck, it was so full, like I had to tell Nicole, be careful not to open any of the doors because stuff might come falling out because it was just stuffed to the seams. It was pretty comical. We were a little bit of the Beverly Hillbillies inside the truck. We winterized the camper, probably an unnecessary step, but it was a nice peace of mind. Literally the day that we picked it up in storage, we drove through a snowstorm in the Arizona desert. So it was nice to not have to worry. No matter what the temperature was, we knew we were going to be safe. No surprises when we got back to the camper.
It's pink. This is how we're leaving our camper. Keep it safe, buddy. Goodbye, baby camper. We will miss you. And we're off! Only 2,088 miles, a total of 29 hours and 11 minutes. Well, we dropped our baby camper off in storage. We're just doing final checkout right now. I feel a little sad, like I'm abandoning it, but it's all good. I hope everything is okay. We've never done this before, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. It went okay. Like Kyle got everything like in the truck that we wanted to take home with us, which seemed like a lot when you have to stuff it into like a vehicle. But anyways, I'm super excited. This hopefully will be a good adventure, and hopefully we come back in a couple months and everything is a-okay, just like how we left it. We made it a total of 60 seconds down the road and Kyle has to stop to go pee already.
It's a 30-hour drive, and the plan was we're going to split it up into 2 days. I was going to do like a 15-hour day, and a 14-hour day was going to get us home. But it started getting dark the first night, and I just never got tired. I just kept driving and driving and driving. And Nicole was like, "Are you ever going to stop?" And I said, "Well, we can, but I'm not tired. I'm just going to watch you sleep anyway." So I just kept driving. Nicole made a little relief appearance during the day for me the next day. And we drove all the way home, 2,200 miles in one shot. It was about 30 hours. We only stopped for food and gas and bathroom breaks. This is what happens after 30 hours of driving. I cannot stress enough that is highly not recommended. Don't try that. It just worked out for us, and we made it in one piece.
So we got back 2 nights ago and we went out tonight to go see Kyle's parents, and I drove on the way home. Kyle can drive thousands of miles through moose country, bear country, elk country, deer country, all this. I drive my very first day here and I hit a freaking deer. I will also add, this is the second time I've hit a deer on my way home from Kyle's parents. They only live 5 minutes away. It's insane. We were literally about to get to our driveway. I was half a mile from my house. Not a whole lot of damage. It looks like I hit him here and he actually pushed my grill in and broke. Gosh darn it. No, we're over here.
In the 2 months that we were home, we enjoyed some time with family around the holidays, and we also spent 16 fantastic days in Costa Rica, and we're still releasing our series of videos about our Costa Rican adventures, so look for those. Then it was time to go back and get the camper. The journey to go get the camper was much different than the journey home. A lot less stuff went with us. I had space to spread things out in the house and stage things to be able to get them into the truck to take back out. It was so much easier. We also stopped for 2 nights on the way out to Arizona. No matter how I tried to plan the trip out, it needed to be 2 nights. Otherwise, we were just going to arrive in the middle of the night to try to get our camper out of storage, and I wasn't going to pull into a campground at 2 a.m., hook up, and move it into a campsite, disturb everybody there, and try and do all that after long days of driving in the dark. So we just took 3 nice leisurely days to get out there.
Hi, camper. How are you? Well, she's still here 2 months later. Nobody stole it. And it looks like everything is good. So we're gonna go pull into our spot. We're gonna get back in RV mode the next 2 nights, and then we're venturing on.
There are many pros and cons to leaving our camper in storage instead of driving it home. First of all, it's a lot cheaper for us to just drive home without the camper. The gas mileage is about half. There's a lot less stress. I can get gas at any gas station. I can pull into any fast food place, any restaurant. We can stop and eat. I don't have to lug a camper behind me. I can stop about half the time. You know, a tank of gas with the camper, I'm lucky to get 200 miles, 225 maybe. I can get 400 miles pretty easy without the camper behind us. So, you know, just way less stops. You know, that was much less stress on us and the truck. But there are a lot of cons too. We didn't want to leave any valuables behind, so we packed a lot of stuff up just to take it all the way home, not use it at home, put it back in the truck and bring it all the way back. We also didn't want to leave any clothing or bedding behind or any food behind. We were worried about being out in the desert and maybe having some critters get in our camper, so we wanted to take extra precautions with that, and so that was a hassle. It's also a lot of work to load everything up into the truck and then to take it home, and that took a lot of time. So that was a little bit challenging as well. Another unexpected thing that came up is normally when we get home, we take everything out of the camper, bring it in the house. And then when we get ready to go on another trip, we bring everything back into the camper. And so when we arrived back in Arizona, I had a whole bunch of new stuff and I had to find a place for it all. And so normally that project all happens at home and I have space and time. And it was like we got back to the camper and I'm just falling over all this stuff for a handful of days, and it was a real hassle. We're also very spoiled now that we've been traveling in our RV. It's very nice to have your own bed, your own stuff everywhere, and so we much prefer that. We spent 1 night on this trip in a very poor quality inn, and the bedding was just stained everywhere. I don't think it was any fluids or anything. It looked like it might have been paint, but it was still just terrible. It's like we're tired. We just want to get on the road. It's too big of a hassle to complain. And there's a ton of sketchy people all around. So it was really, really unnerving to leave our stuff out in the truck with a bunch of these sketchy people around. And it was way too big of a hassle to bring it all in. So it was a really sleepless night, wondering, like, is someone going to bust the window and take all the stuff out of the truck? So we just way prefer to travel in our RV now.
After a lot of thought, we would definitely do this again in the future if it made sense. There was one place when looking in Vegas that wanted $400 a month for storage, and that would never make sense. So if we had a cool, safe, and secure place that we wanted to pick up our adventures, we would definitely consider it in the future.
We decided in the weeks before we went to go, we were so close to Vegas in our spot where the camper was in storage. We were like, we're going out the week of the Super Bowl. We have to go back to our spot in Vegas and let's go to the strip on Super Bowl Sunday and see what it's like down there. So that video is coming up as well. So stay tuned for that one.